I recorded every conversation with my stepmom for 2 years. Then I played them for my dad at Thanksgiving dinner. My dad married Linda when I was 16. I'm 26 now. That's 10 years. And for the first 3 of them, I tried everything I could think of to make it work. I complimented her cooking even when it was bad. I showed up to her family events and smiled through all of it. I asked about her day. I included her in conversation she had no interest in having with me. I bit my tongue so consistently and so hard I'm genuinely surprised it still works. None of it mattered. Because Linda had made her decision about me before I ever walked through her front door. And she was extraordinarily good at managing what my dad got to see. To his face she was warm, thoughtful, always had something generous to say about me. Oh, she's so smart. She works so hard, you must be so proud. To my face, alone, when my dad was at work. She was someone else entirely. Cold, dismissive. Little comments about my weight, my friends, my grades, the way I dressed. Nothing loud enough to report, nothing that would land right if I tried to explain it out of context. Just a slow, quiet, consistent drip of cruelty that was perfectly designed to leave no marks. The kind of treatment that makes you question your own memory. I told my dad when I was 18, sat him down, told him everything as calmly as I could. He listened, he nodded. He told me Linda had mentioned I'd been seeming distant lately, and that maybe I should think about trying harder to connect with her. I never brought it up again. I just started getting quieter, visiting less, keeping calls short, building a life that didn't have much room in it for either of them. It was easier than the alternative. Then 2 years ago, almost by accident, I started recording. Not because I had some plan, not because I was building a case. Honestly, the first time I did it, I just needed to know I wasn't losing my mind. I needed to play something back and confirm to myself, yes, that happened, that was real, you are not imagining this. So I started hitting record before she could catch me, kept my phone face down on the counter, left it running on the coffee table. Nothing elaborate, just documentation. Those recordings sat on my phone for nearly 2 years. I wasn't sure I'd ever do anything with them at all. Then came last Thanksgiving. We were all at the table. My dad, Linda, my grandmother, a couple of aunts. It was fine, normal. And then Linda started telling a story, laughing while she told it, about how difficult I'd been, how ungrateful, how from the moment she met me, I had been a problem. She said my dad deserved so much better than the relationship he had with his own daughter. She said it to my grandmother, laughing, while I was sitting right there. My grandmother looked at me, I looked at my grandmother, and something that had been very tightly wound inside me for a very long time just let go. I asked everyone to stay at the table. I picked up my phone, I found the first recording and pressed play, and then I just sat back and let 10 years of carefully constructed lies unravel in real time in front of my father's face. Linda tried to say the recordings were out of context, that I'd edited them, that I was doing exactly what I'd always done, trying to come between her and my dad. My dad didn't say anything for a very long time. He's called me twice since Thanksgiving. I've let both calls go to voicemail. 3 family members told me I humiliated her, that I should have handled it privately, that ambushing someone at a family dinner was cruel regardless of what she'd done. Maybe they're right. But I keep coming back to the same thing. She said it in front of my grandmother, laughing. She wasn't careful anymore because she didn't think she needed to be. She had spent 10 years making sure no one would believe me, and it had worked so well for so long that she'd stopped being careful. I just made sure there was a record, and I would do it again. I think that's the part that surprises me most. Not the fallout, not the silence from my dad, not the family members taking her side. Just how certain I feel. For the first time in 10 years, I feel completely certain.